Hey, I'm Jamin Fraser. I'm the founder of the Insecurity Project. I help ambitious people, leaders, entrepreneurs, business owners solve the insecurity problem so they can show up at their best where it matters most. Insecurity is it's a universal issue, but it's a vulnerable issue. People are insecure about being insecure. So it's a tough subject to talk about. The cultural narrative around insecurity is because it's so universal, you can't really change it. The best you can do is manage or medicate it. I'm convinced you can overcome and eradicate insecurity from your life. So the unnecessary suffering tour is about stopping unnecessary suffering. The aim of the game is not to avoid suffering, it's just to avoid unnecessary suffering. There's plenty of suffering that you wouldn't wish to avoid even if you could. It's the stuff that shapes you and builds character and transforms you. The hard things, the moments where you have to lean in, the difficulty, but because you do, you grow. So that's meaningful suffering and to be embraced. But unnecessary suffering, that's the suffering we experience because we don't know how to fix the things that we probably should know how to fix. That's the suffering we experience when we avoid meaningful change and shrink back into fear and insecurity. So I watch people suffer greatly in their work, in their relationships, with their finance. People have existential crises because they don't know why they're here or what their purpose is. There's a high level of suffering there, but I'm convinced it's unnecessary. I'm convinced underneath all that, there's this problem around insecurity that's never been addressed, and it shows up very painfully on the surface. So the tour is a chance to talk about that stuff. These are predictable problems with predictable solutions. People imagine their stuff's really complicated and unique, and therefore they've got to have this impossible solution even if it exists. But when you get in the room and you talk about this stuff, you discover there is a way. And that's exciting. So watching people grasp tools that they've never understood before and see them applied to their own experience, watching those light bulb moments where people get what they need to take the next step. It's a beautiful experience. And then watching people watch people get those experiences. So this collective experience, talking about the stuff that matters, it's very life-giving. The tour is for people who are ambitious, who actually want to live meaningfully. They want to do something with their life. They don't want to be stuck in pain that seems all-consuming and they have no way out of it. It's for people who are really committed to doing something more, bigger, better with their lives, but they don't know how. So if you're in a place of pain at the moment and are ready to remove unnecessary suffering, it'd be great to have you in the room. I'm in all the major capital cities over the next 6 months. So jump on the website for all the information about the events and to grab some tickets.